as always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. Creatives, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Build the Moomin house, box 14, part 5. In this video, we'll be completing issue 53 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So, in the last video, we completed this flooring, second floor flooring, because we've got the ground floor, the first floor, and this is second floor. In this video, we'll be completing this bookcase in the study. So we've already built part of it there, as you can see. Go. So we will actually be completing it here. There's the step-by-step instructions. So, and we'll end up with this at the end. I don't know if mine's going to fit together though, because of the issues that I had. Possibly, it possibly will. We'll see. I'm going to be using that brown again, and also white. So, okay. I'm going to put the magazine aside. Let's begin. The thing I'm going to do is I've retrieved the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet there, and then I've got the base, which is here, and there's 5 holes in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on the pegs of the feet, and then we've got to glue them in place. Now they're very small and they're very smooth. They're going to be quite difficult to lift with my fingers, but I'll have a go anyway. So there are 2 sides to these. So there's a flat edge which is there, and then there's a curved edge which is there, and the curved edge is what touches the floor. The flat edge is the peg that you put glue on. So I'm going to try and do this without making a mess. Let's see. Okay, let's put some glue on, a little bit of glue on the cocktail stick, and then I've got to try and hold it. Whoops. Got to try and hold it and put glue there, and then push it in the hole like that. As you can see. So we've got to just do that with the rest of them. Just got to be careful with the glue because it's still warm. There is a chance that it'll come out really quickly, and that's not what we want. Okay, so we get another one. Look at both ends and work out which end is which. So this is it here, like that there, and just push that in like that. Glue on the peg end. That doesn't look like it's going to go in at all. The hole seems like it's too big. It'll be fine. The wood glue will dry and hold it in place. Okay, that one in there. The last bit of glue on these feet. Glue on like that. There we go. I need to leave that to dry. So I've brought all the pieces together that we're going to be painting. You must excuse this paper towel that's covered in like previous paint. This is the last sheet I've got. I've got some on order, but this is the last. This is the last. This is from when I was painting. I think I was painting this brown. So I've pre-mixed my paint up, my acrylic. So it's 50%. Oh, 1 part white, 1 part water. So I'm going to start off with this piece here. So I'm just going to start painting it white because it all needs to be white. The areas that aren't pre-painted white, like these feet are white anyway, so I don't need to paint them. So I just need to start painting everything that's not white, that should be, because it all needs to be the same colour before you put the brown on, or you'll get different tones of brown. So I've mixed up a generous amount of paint because I don't really know how many coats I'm going to have to do to get what I'm looking for, but yeah, we'll get there. So I'm just going to paint all the sections up. Going underneath the legs that I've glued in place, or the feet. I'd say feet, they're not really legs, they're just feet because they're so small. Just like that there. And as I've said in all my other videos when I'm painting, the first layer, because it's untreated wood, it's quite porous, so it soaks up a lot of the paint. Let's see if I can get a couple of the sides done. I'm not going to be able to get all the sides done, obviously. So the wood's quite porous and it will soak in the first coat anywhere, as you can see. Look, like that. And I'll do that side. I might do the underside as well, I don't know. But this is the bottom of the bookcase. But yeah, it's yeah, so if I can hold it like that and do this part as well, and then leave it to dry. It's quite a good mix of paint. Seems to be going on really well. As I say, it doesn't matter if it's sticky or whatever. We're going to be painting over it with brown anyway. We just need to get all these areas. So I'm going to sit that down there, and then we've got this. That's pre-painted, so we're doing the underside here, but we're not going to be able to do it all. It's quite darker, this wood. It's got a slightly darker colour, so it's probably different, a different cut or a different wood, I don't know. Get some of these edges done. And then we've got this piece here, this decorative piece, so I'm going to do the back of that, they're here. I'm assuming it's the back, I don't know, I don't really know. I'm assuming the pre-painted side is the front. I don't know why they didn't paint it all though. That would have been nice if they painted it all. These edges are quite dark, I might have to sand them. So I just need to leave that to dry, before I put a second coat on. Yeah, sometimes I do it in time lapse, sometimes I don't, because there's only 3 pieces, so I probably won't do it in time lapse. So I'm just going to leave them to dry. So I'm just going to do a second coat. See how much it soaks in to the untreated wood there. I'm going to give it a second coat on the areas I've already painted, like that. Yeah, second coat always makes a difference. There we go. See the difference there? I've sanded these edges and these edges, these edges and this edge, but I haven't got a flexible sandpaper to do in these curves, so I'm gonna have to leave them. Look at how I can hold this. Like that. Making sure we don't get any strange blobs. Yeah, so that's those 3 second coated. I think I probably only need to do 2 coats. And then I will leave that to dry. Given that enough time to dry, so I'm just going to do see the sides that I haven't done yet, even with 1 coat, I think. Just to get the primer all done before I do the brown. Yeah, this side definitely hasn't been done before. Yeah, these longer sides have been done before. This is second coat for them. But these end pieces haven't been done. Okay, next one. So I'm going to do again all the edges because that side's been done. And then this one, a little bit trickier. I might do in here because I can't sand it. I don't have the right sandpaper or the right tools. It's so thin, it's very difficult to find good places to hold it. So it is doable though. Let's wipe all that excess paint off. And just leave that to dry. Just going to go around one last time just to finish off this priming, this white. In the areas that have just had one coat put on, like these edges. I think this has only had one coat on it as well. Just before I break out the brown enamel paint. You can tell which ones haven't been painted a second time. They just look really washed out. Ah, yes. These arches. I think that's it. I think that's it with the primer. Right, we're ready for the brown paint now. Just going to give that a little stir, just to make sure it's mixed. Oh, it doesn't look like it, but it's the same brown as this. Okay, so we shall start with this, the base. Let's see where I can hold it. I'm not sure that's the right paint, you know. I think this is the other one. Yeah, this is not it. Let's see. I need to get new water. I think it should have been this one here. Yeah, that's the wrong paint. I'm going to put this away. It's the wrong paint. Yeah, it's this chocolate brown paint I was looking for. But the lids, the colour on the lids look the same, even though they don't paint the same. So just give that a mix. Yeah, you can see the difference there, look. See the difference? Yeah, it's a horrible brown, that other stuff. I have to leave that to dry. Spilt my water because this was stuck. This was stuck to the paper. What a disaster. What a disaster. I need more water. How many times have I knocked my pen over during this process? No, that's wet. I've only got this piece of kitchen paper left. I haven't got any more. So, oh dear. Right, let's get some pen done. You'll see the difference there. Look at that. Completely different. That's what we're looking for. Chocolate brown consistency. There we go. Yeah. Can't believe I spilled my water again. I'm having a clumsy couple of moments in my videos. I could have cut it out, but I'm just going to leave it in. Because I want to get it done. Yep, I want to get it done and finished. There we go. So we've got this big piece to do. Actually, it's stuck. That would have ripped. That would have tugged if my water was on the paper, which I don't know why I put it on the paper. It's a stupid idea. That would have tipped my water over again. So let's Yeah, look at that. That's just really coming out really well. That just looks really good. We've got this big piece to do. We'll have to do it on both sides. But yeah, the transformational from white to brown is amazing. I could use a bigger brush, but problem is I don't have the cleaning ability to clean the brushes out, to clean this brush out and use another one and then clean that one out, because I think I need some kind of spirits, but because I don't use this paint that much, I just end up using a brush and then throwing the brush away. It's not ideal. I think I probably will invest in thinner, maybe some Humbrol thinner. It's very streaky is the first coat anyway, it's very streaky. It's just the way it is. There's a hair on that. I think I can get it removed. I was trying to get it on there, but just tidy that bit up again. Take a while to dry. Not as long as it says in the instructions, because it's warm. So I'm going to leave that to dry. Leave my brush in water. I've given these enough time to dry now, for the most part. So I'm going to flip them over and paint the other sides. This one here, see where I put the paint wrong? It's still very tacky. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint over it, because it seems like it's going to take ages to dry. So I'm just going to paint over it, and hopefully it'll just, when the outside dries, the inside dries. I don't know. So I'm going to start with this one. Get all the white areas and the primed areas covered now. Looks really streaky and horrible, but that's just coat one. I'm going to do this big surface next, and then I'm going to, because I don't know if it's going to interfere with the brush if I paint on that sticky side, but we'll see. We'll get there. We'll just get the first coat on there. In fairness, this didn't actually take that long to dry. Under normal circumstances, if it wasn't so hot, it would take between 2 to 6 to even 24 hours to dry, and then even at 24 hours it would be quite tacky, where you wouldn't actually be able to paint on it. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't. I'd wait till it was completely dry. Although I am contradicting myself with that part, but I need that covered, because I want all these pieces to be done at the same time. So just get this first coat done and out of the way. As you can see, it doesn't really take that long. Now I'm going to do what I don't normally do, is I'm going to paint on this tacky paint. See how tacky it is? It's sticking to me. I just want to get it covered because it's very odd. It may make the finish a different colour because it's now orange underneath when it's supposed to be brown. So I'm hoping that, although it's painting on really well, so that the error with the other paint is actually now the first coat. So that's painting on really well, although some of the orange is actually showing through, so I'll just paint a bit more, a bit thicker, like that there. There we go. Okay, so we've got that chocolate. That's kind of half dried already. This is how warm it is here now. That's actually half dried. That's amazing. I think I'll probably get these done quite quickly. I won't have to wait hours and hours and hours before I can film the next video. That is like half dry already. Don't know if you can see that bit there. That little bit there is just the wet bit. The rest is all dry. It's drying very quickly, this paint, which is really good. Got to paint the feet as well. Because they're already pre-painted white, so I didn't need to paint them, which is good. Everything's been painted top and bottom except this, because I used the wrong colour paint, and then it was like a different type of paint. It seemed to be, I think it seemed to be more oil based, I think, because it was still very tacky after I'd painted all these, and these had already dried. So I think it was a different type of paint. I'm no paint expert when it comes to model painting. I'm okay with like art paint, you know, acrylic, gouache, watercolors, things like that. Okay, so it's getting all the way around the feet done. Just making sure I don't miss anywhere. It's covered. So we've got the top and bottom of these done, only first coat, so it's going to get the sides done. So it looks more uniform all the way around. This is so thin, it's very difficult to hold it. And get the edges of this big one done. I'm going to put this one on there because I think I've got a little bit of paint on the edges. Did I paint this? Yeah, I did. I painted the edges. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave that there and come back. It's drying very, very quickly, which is really good. Let's get this brush on my last piece of kitchen paper. Got to be very careful because it's not really, it's pretty much dry, but because it's quite warm, kind of, my fingers are sticking to it. I hope it won't be a problem, but you never know. Yeah, fingers are sticking to it. Oh dear. Oh dear, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good idea. See, some of it's coming off now because my fingers, don't know. It's alright, I can tidy it up afterwards. I really need to crack on and get this done. Okay, scrub that. Yeah. See, it's not fully dry. It's dry, but I think because it's drying faster than it should. I think the inside of the pen is not dry. So, but that's okay. I can tidy it up. So there's area missed in there, which is inside there. So an area that I did miss. So I'm going to do that inside the arch of the decorative piece. Just need to get that. Okay. Just move that. Move that up there. Oh, look at that. The second coat is just so good. It just completely covers the whole thing. That looks really good. That's why I like doing the final coat, because it just really, it's pretty satisfying that you can just get to see what it's supposed to look like. Now this, I think I might leave it on this paint pot. Yeah, see that second coat, look at that. Look at that, that's amazing. That's just amazing. It's just so different from the streaky first coat. That's just the way it is. Oops, got a blob of paint there. There's another blob of, there's another something in the paint there, just get rid of it. Spin it around. Whatever that is not, it's not coming off the brush. See if I can just use something just to see if I can just scrape it off, because whatever it is, it keeps being put back onto what I'm painting. Hopefully I've got it now. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay. Yeah, these painting videos, when we're painting furniture and stuff, depending on what we're painting, but now that I've changed a lot of my paint from acrylic, because acrylic scratches off and then you got to varnish it and it's so long. So now that I've changed it to these enamel, these videos take longer to make because of the drying process. The drying process takes ages. So these videos take a lot longer to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the top of this. Because I painted the sides, I can't really touch it, but I want to checking if there's a... I'm just going to repaint the top of this because of my fingers. Just been looking at where I need to paint next while these were drying. And it's all the streaky areas that from coat 1. Yeah, it's okay, that's that. Some streaks on this. I'll just do a second coat on there, or a third coat, or whatever it is. I've lost track at the moment. I think that was the second coat. This might be a third coat, maybe. Oops. Oop. Sticking. I've got this big, that big piece there. You see all the streaks on that? Wow. Streaks be gone. Oops. Paint's thickening a little bit, even though I've had the lid on it. It's just, it's not so much warm, it's just humid. It is humid. I think the humidity is quite high. It's quite cool today, cooler, but the humidity makes it feel like it's still hot, but it's not hot. So it does affect how the paint performs. So I just want to try and get these painted as quickly as I can, let them dry, and then I can start finishing the assembly of the bookcase. Although I have found a problem. You know, I was having a problem getting the shelves in, and now they're not slotted in as they should. I could take it apart, but I'm not going to do that. But the thing is, what's happened is, because the shelves are like that, and then the sides of the shelves like that, because they're not slotting in like that, they're sitting like that, both sides, which means I didn't think, I was hoping there wouldn't be a problem, but the problem is that this backboard here is a certain size, and there's no give or take with it. So what I'm going to have is, I'm going to have this back piece is not going to cover the whole of the back, and I haven't got any tools, you know, like to cut this down the middle. I don't have any tools to do that, to cut that down the middle, and then maybe, you know what I mean, like slide it out at either edge of the middle of the bookcase, you know, slide it out like that. I don't have like saws or anything like that. The only thing I've got is a scalpel, and a scalpel's not going to cut through that, and if it does, it's not going to be pretty. So I think there's going to be some gaps on the back. Let me just, so because as you can see the light going through there, because these shelves don't slot right into the channels, it's not going to, see there, it's a little bit gappy, but I can get away with it because it's Moomin stuff. If it was like Miniature World stuff, and it was like an upscale, quite expensive apartment, then probably wouldn't get away with that. But because it's Moomin stuff and it's quite rustic and it's quite, it looks like the furniture was kind of built by them. I think I can get away with it, even though it's not ideal. But I think once the bookcase is backed onto a wall, wherever it's supposed to go, I don't know where it's supposed to go at the moment, I think that will hide it, and I think that'll be fine. Just let these parts dry. Oh, did I do this? Let me see. I'm just looking. Did I paint the top of that? No, I've not done a good job of that. Look at that. But you're not going to see most of that anyway, because the bookcase is going to sit on top of that. I'm just looking, just to see. I think I'm happy with that. I might have to just touch up a little bit. I don't know. If I have to bring the paint out again, which I don't know if I will, if I have to bring the paint out again, I will go over the patchings of that. Everything's painted and dried, so it's time to construct. So, first thing we've got to do is we've got to put the back on. So we need to lie this down like that. And you'll be able to see in a minute why. Look at that, see that there? It doesn't fit the way it should. So I'm going to put some glue on. I think it doesn't really matter because it's the Moomins. So I'm going to put the back on. So I just need some glue. I think the glue might be clogged. Oops. Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah, it is a little bit clogged, isn't it? So I'm going to glue these areas and get the glue to come out. Let me just put something down just to see if the glue's going to come out. I think it might be clogged up. Seems like it's blocked. It does. Yeah, I think it's clogged up somehow. Let's have a look. That's quite messy. I think the glue's okay inside. I think it's just... Wow, look at that. There, that's it. That was the clog. That was the clog. There we go. Okay. So we need a cocktail stick. Like that. Got a lot of glue on here, but we need to spread it across quite a section, like there. And we also need to, although they're not pushed back as far as could be, but we still need to spread it on these, although it's probably not going to touch everything, like, because of the way mine went together, but it's fine. Got to work quite quickly. Then this humidity, the glue is drying quicker than I would like it to. So what you got to do is you got to stand it up, and you got to put the base to the floor like that. Sorry, the back to the floor like that. It's not bad. That's not bad. It's not great. You can see a little gap in there, but I think, let's see if I can just slide it that way a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad. Oops. It's not bad. Still a lot of glue on the back there, but see where it should. That's where it should sit, but it's not going to sit like that. So I'm just going to get some cocktail sticks. It's just the way mine's going to fit. I need to remove all this excess glue now, because I didn't know what part it was going to touch and what it wasn't going to touch until I got it into position. So yeah, that's where we are there. So that's that. I need that to dry before I can continue. I'm to put the base on. So I've got the base here. So the base has 5 feet there. So where there's 3 at the front, or 3 on one side and 2 on other, the 3 are for the front there, like that there. So we need to glue here, 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 and there. Okay. See how my glue's doing. Not bad. I'm just going to put like a blob-ish on each part. Get some more cocktail sticks out, because I did throw the other ones away. Okay, so we just need to spread this glue around, because it needs to go here as well. Like that. There we go. So I'm going to take some of it off. Just get some paper towel. Just want to remove some of it, because I don't want too much on there. Just want it to spread it out. There. Okay, so what I've got to do is, this is the front, this is the back. So I'm going to do it from the back. We need to line it up right at the back, like that. So there's a bit of a step at the front. I don't know if you can see. I'm not going to be able to do it, because if I lean it back, it'll topple over. But push it right to the back, so that there's a little bit of a step at the front. I just need to clean up some of this glue, because I slid it back. Let me just. There, like that. There's quite a bit of glue squidging. That's not, hang on. Just gotta make sure we lined it up. Flush with the back, flush with the sides. Gotta be careful when I clean up the glue that I don't slide, I don't push it that way, which I think I'm doing a little bit. Let me just straighten that out. There. That's it. So leave that to dry. Okay, so I'm going to put the top on now. So the top goes, so it's like this. It's like got a curved lipped area there, and then a very flat bit on the top. This is the top, and this is, so it sits down like that. So there's a lip area, and it goes to the back, so it goes flush with the back. So I'm going to put glue here, here, and here, and across there. Put a blob there, smaller blob there. I don't want to put too much on because I'll end up having to take it off again. So just start spreading the glue around like that. Put a bit of extra there so we can do this back section here. Like that. Just make sure it spreads all the way across there like that. Now I'm going to sit this on top. See that's the curvy bit, so we just turn it over like that, and we sit it on, and then make sure it's flush with the back, and then make sure it's in the middle, and then I'm going to turn it around and make sure it's flush with the back like that, and then I want to make sure it's centered. Let's take it, pull it that way a little bit. So make sure it's still flush with the back, which is there, and then make sure it's centered. I think that's pretty much centered there. So that's the top on it. Just let that dry. Just got to finish up by putting this decorative piece in place, and it goes here like that there. So I need to put glue here, 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 and here. So I'm only going to use a little bit of glue because I don't want it to squish out. So it needs to go there, and also on this bottom part here. And then this top section, I need to put some glue on there. Oops, not too much. Just enough to cover this top section there. Okay. And fit this piece in now. Just drop it into place like that. Line it up that, and then we just need to clean off the excess there. guys. So that is this video finished. It's I don't know how long it is. It's been a while, but we've got, you see that? Look at that. That's where we've gone wrong, but it doesn't really matter. I think when it stood up against the wall, you're not really going to see it. It's got the feet on there. In the next video, we're putting drawers in these 4 sections here, and we'll also be doing some more things as well. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.